Hi, Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. Amidst all the turning of bowls and spoons and whatever, sometimes you just have to break away and do something wild and crazy. Well, I saw this as kind of a marble kid's toy, but I decided, well, why not? Could I make this in wood, and then would it be, what? A work of art, an artwork, object of art? Let's call it an artwork. But it was a brain teaser. It's a real brain teaser to figure out how to do it, but I'll explain how. Let's do it.
I started by drawing the design in SketchUp to help me develop a process for making this art. In thinking about how to execute this project, I quickly decided I could not do this in solid wood. Solid wood would have too much short grain and be far too fragile. So I decided on a segmented approach. But even segmented rings are weak at the end grain joints. To counter this weakness, I decided to split each ring in half, rotate them slightly, and reglue them together. While I'm at it, I'll make a fourth ring. This ring will provide both the solid pieces for the form and spacer segments. With the rings glued up and dry, I mounted each into my larger jaws. I have a 1/4 inch spacer disc behind the ring to allow it to protrude more and to protect the chuck while I drill out the center. I thought drilling the center might give me a uniform reference surface to use while I glue them together. But drilling the center did not remove much wood. This bit was my largest Forstner bit, but it was enough to give me a reference. Then I split each ring in half with a parting tool. Then I put the split rings through a thickness sander to get a uniform thickness. They're all taped to a board with double stick tape. It's much easier to get uniformity this way than at the lathe. Then I glued each split ring back together with a half segment offset. This will give me a stronger ring than with only end grain joints. Now the ring has been strengthened with face grain joints, forcing an offset to the end grain joints. Now for the tough glue up. I sawed one ring back into segments. I could have left this as segments, but then how could I get them to the same thickness as the main rings? Even with a full ring, why split this one? With the other rings split and a joint showing, I wanted the solid pieces to look the same. Then I took one ring and decided where the segment would be cut out. Then I put the single segment in place and taped the opposite side. Then I glued the single segment to the ring. This will be the bottom ring. I also applied sanding sealer. I repeated this process for the top ring. The harder part was to glue these two rings to the middle ring. I could not see any way to apply uniform pressure without spacer blocks. So I laid out the position of the center ring, then positioned 5 more single segments on the ring. I used hot melt glue to hold these into position. This way I glued the middle ring to the bottom ring. The only normal wood glue is on the prime single segment. I laid out the top ring the same way with 5 more spacer segments and glued that together. In the end, I used an entire long stick of hot melt glue. I wanted the loose segments firmly anchored. Now to clean up the center of the art form. My biggest fear is that the form would come apart on the lathe. The bottom ring is glued to a threaded wood faceplate. I made a donut chuck with one side to fit around the faceplate and the other side to fit the top of my art form. 3 pieces of all thread tie the 2 plates together. The remaining risk is the nuts on the top of the donut chuck. Danger! Keep my hands away. I used a square carbide cutter to clean up the inside. My best sanding tool was a dowel wrapped with sandpaper. That made it easier to keep my hands out of danger. After that ordeal, the exterior was a piece of cake. With the form already on its faceplate, I turned a tenon on scrap to fit the center hole. Then I brought up the tailstop to keep pressure on the assembly. I used a gouge to cut and shear scrape the exterior. I finished up with sandpaper mounted to a flat board to ensure the side is totally straight. Another part I had worried about was cutting the slot through the assembly. However, once I made sure I had the glued segment identified and triple checked, I clamped the assembly to my table saw sled. I sawed both sides, then widened the slot slightly. It was far easier than anticipated. The remaining task was to dig off all that hot melt glue. I thought about microwaving it, but did not want any glue to remain on the wood. The sanding sealer helped the hot melt glue come off with minimal damage. Then sanding and more sealer. Finally, I buffed the assembly. And my artwork is finished. It is totally useless, except to look at. With all that wood hanging there with little support, I will not let grandchildren handle it unsupervised. I like it and can see even more possibilities. Do you like it or the process? If so, please click the like button. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe to both my website and YouTube channel. Always wear your face shield. Until next time, this is Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns.